Hi, this is Mike Sweeney from Sabre Coaching, and this is yet another story from the edge. This one I'm calling the edge of the unknown, and I'm about to take a big step, probably the biggest career risk that I've taken in my whole life, and I am aware of that. And here's what's coming up for me. The first thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Field of Dreams, but there's a scene where James Earl Jones, who's playing Terrence Mann, is sitting at the cornfield toward the end of the movie, and he's about to cross the threshold into this unknown world. And he puts his hand in and he kind of smiles a little bit. And he knows that he's going somewhere interesting, but he doesn't know anything more than that. But there's this sense of excitement. And I found that in the last couple weeks, those of you who know me know I am prone to go for a run every now and then. And so I'm on my runs and I'm whooping like, woohoo, like out loud. And people around me think I'm crazy, but I think that's a foregone conclusion. And there's almost like I've had double the amount of coffee, like this energy explosion of the possibilities that are in front of me. I'm hearing birds. I'm starting to think about what kind they are and identifying different sets of clouds and sun. I'm just aware a lot. Some of this is due to the coach training I'm going. Hey, Snickers, let's go, buddy. Okay. And if you watch the video, The Edge of Joy, there's definitely this calmness and stillness, but also this big energy behind it. And that is one of the poles. The other pole is I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I'm having intense dreams about people, about scenarios, about future, about fear. You know, I could tell you the dreams I've had about how I'm gonna end up in jail from taking this risk. And I feel this elevated heart rate that sometimes is the excitement, but sometimes it's just fear. You know, I've used that phrase before. I don't remember where I stole it from, but fear is excitement without the breath. And a chest tightness. So when I do slow down, I recognize both of these poles. And there's also a lack of focus. I'm working on one thing and I'm completely distracted for a couple minutes. And I have this pretty intense voice in my head saying, are you crazy? You've got this job that pays well, a great team. You're doing all these things that you wanted to do. All your financial needs are pretty much met and taken care of for the next X number of years while you send your kids to college. You're gonna take a risk now? So both those poles exist, that kind of giggle at the edge of the cornfield and that intense imposter syndrome and doubt and fear. So what am I doing with that? I have no idea, but here's what I'm trying. And for any of you who are about at the edge of that threshold, I'm documenting these a little bit just so people, I can look back on it, but also people can recognize that range of emotion is somewhat normal. Maybe not the whooping on runs, sure, that could be personal, but it's pretty intense. And so I've written and talked about this before about how the greats slow the game down. So I'm trying where I can to be very mindful about slowing the game down. Stragglers, waiting for stragglers. Slow the game down so I can really see what's happening and notice. The second is just reconnecting with my personal board of directors, my brother, old bosses, friends I've worked with, people who know me well. Asking them, like, am I crazy? Here's what I've thought through. And just getting that outside perspective to try to be as close to what's true. You know, truth is a hologram, so trying to get many views on the situation. I'm also focusing on when I move from one thing to another, it's really important to me to finish well. Documenting things, videoing, asking people, what does it mean for me to finish well for you? And I think that always helps me make a transition with integrity. Whenever I possibly can, taking non-critical things out of the calendar to give me some space to process and be thoughtful about the things that are important. I think that's helpful. And then taking a moment to be proud. There are certain moments that I get where I think about the complexity and the challenge of what I've done over the last 6 months. And I wrote this down. I said, can't you see the level of difficulty on that high wire trapeze act of an escape you just did? And I know that escape is a heavy word and there's nothing, bad in the situation that I'm moving from. It's just, it was time. And so I remember Seinfeld using this expression about a joke where, you know, if it's a joke about a tricky topic, you have to tap dance through a set of laser beams and move your body in a certain way. And that's what I feel like I've been doing, is artfully tap dancing through a set of laser beams to make it from one end of the bank or museum to the other. And then the last thing is, in those moments where I feel that giggle, like Terrence Mann, or the whoop of excitement and energy, really embracing that and thinking about the joy of exploration. When you're at the edge of the unknown, you don't know what's going to happen next. And to me, that can be frightening and exciting at the same time. And just taking some moments to be delighted in the curiosity of what happens next. I think I'll have more updates soon, but that's what's happening on the edge of the unknown. I hope you have a good one.
This is Red Rocks! This is the edge!